Morning guys, and welcome back to Allotment Allotment. It's the 1st of June 2021 and it's my grandson Curtis's birthday, so we've sent over our birthday wishes nice and early this morning. I'm just in the shed as usual, got the kettle on. It's 9 AM. I've been walking the floor again since 5:30. Never mind. Don't sleep too well these days. Right, okay, so today I'm putting myself under no pressure. I haven't came up here to do anything in particular. I am obviously going to make a start on sorting out the pigeons, but if I don't get it done, I'm not going to punish myself as I do when I don't get things done that I want to. And just before I came up here, I had a quick pop round to Morrison's, just have a look and see what plants they had, but the garden centre part wasn't open yet. And inside the shop, I spotted one of these plastic Kettler storage sheds, little storage sheds. And I've been wanting one for a while, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have one for the allotment. And I'm going to put it round the back of that little greenhouse that I built on the back side of the garage where the water bottles used to be, so I'm just going to put it in there. So I treated myself, and whilst I seen that, I seen one of these Kettler garden benches as well, and rather than make one out of the pallets, I thought, you know what, that'll look much nicer, and it's ready. You know, I've just got to assemble it. So I've treated myself to one of those as well, guys. Now they probably won't get put up today. I've got them, they'll go in the garage and they'll stay in there until I feel like doing so. But today I'm just going to I don't know, I'm going to potter about and see where the day takes me. I don't know what I'm actually going to do, but I will be starting to go through and look at the pigeons and start to pick someone, even if I only pick a few out today and a few tomorrow, and start picking through the pigeons that I'm keeping, or more importantly the ones I'm going to let go. Yeah, and if I get a little bit done in the greenhouse as well and anything else, then we'll bring it along, guys. Thanks for popping along again. Thanks to all my subscribers. And if it's your first time here, think about hitting that little subscribe button down below. It doesn't cost anything. Then select the bell icon, select all, and that'll alert you every single time I put up a new video. Thanks for all your likes, comments and subscriptions so far. It's much appreciated. I'll have this cup of coffee. I'll see you later. Right guys, over in the garden. I had to come over here. This heat is horrendous. There isn't a breath of wind. I opened that greenhouse earlier and the heat nearly knocked me out. It was horrendous. You can see these turnips are actually wilting with the heat. I haven't watered them purely and simply because it's too hot to water them. But it's boiling in here, guys. Absolutely boiling, even with the door wide open and the two ventilations. So the reason I'm over here, you've probably guessed, that I've built my garden seat out of pallets. Not. So there you can see, guys, we've got our garden seat. Now, unfortunately, it's just a tiny tad wider than the paving slabs. But I'm not really bothered. It's still strong enough, even though they're just so hanging over the edges. It's equal on both sides and sturdy enough to sit on. It'll do for just keeping fleeces in and things like that. The seat does lift up as well and put storage stuff inside. And if we so wish, we can put a padlock on there as well. Not that I don't think anybody's going to pinch any fleeces, garden fleeces out of there, but you never know. So that's a nice little addition. I'm quite pleased with that. Promised myself a little storage box for long enough, and then I seen this and I thought, you know what, that'll look tidier than the red pallet. So that's what we've done, guys. We've just been assembling this, and besides this as well, we've sorted out some pigeons. I'll show you that later. Right guys, we've sorted some birds out already, and these are all to go. Some have actually already been spoken for. So these three frill stencils are already been selected, along with the white toy check Trigonino cock, and the black Lebanon racing pigeon carrying frill and toy stencil from last year. So they're already gone. There's a reduced laced Trigonino still left. There's an opal pied hen, 2017 bird, but she hasn't got a ring on to go. That one there is the nestmate to this year, this frill stencil I'll show you in a moment. So that's carrying frill stencil and toy stencil, and it's starting to get a bit of frill stencil barring, and it's getting a bit of white in the tail. And then there's a young ice pigeon as well to go. So that's a start. There's two black youngsters here, one without a ring and one with a ring. The two can go together for 20 quid. The almond's going tomorrow. The khaki pied is going tomorrow. The little indigo ribbon tail is going tomorrow. And the little check at the back. And the indigo white flight and indigo pied are going to be going sometime next week. So that one that's through there is the full nestmate to this, that are carrying toy and frill stencil. So that's it for now, guys. I think that pretty much will be all I'm letting go now. There's two young ice on the nests that I will let go as well. They're not ready to be weaned off yet, but there is two young ice birds on the nest that I will let go. And then there's one more youngster off the frill stencil Lebanon cock with the Andalusian hen, just the one, the other egg didn't hatch. And I've got one egg sitting under the barless, hoping to see that hatches, and everything else is on pot eggs now, guys. There's two youngsters in here of this white bar cock and the other reduced Trigonino. So they're rearing one, if you remember, and the old blondie neck cock is rearing the other one. And then there's one more youngster on the top, which is off the Qualmond, being reared by the young blondie neck cock and the white trig. Oh, that's right. And then there's he's got one of his own youngsters back in there, and a youngster off the young blondie neck cock with that white check trig. And that's it for the season, guys. I'm finished after that. Oh, I tell a lie. There's in here, in the end, I have that frill stencil Andalusian hen with a white bar toy carrying frill stencil cock, which will be floated under either the almond or the white bar, or even one each. Both those hens have laid in perfect synchronization with this hen here. So they should all be laying the second egg tomorrow, guys. We'll leave them to sit for a couple of days, and then we'll swap those eggs over. And that will be the last of the youngsters we take. Oh, just a quick one, guys, while I think on as well. So I've just got taken a nice little harvest. We've taken a red lettuce and some spinach for Mrs. C. She's put a request in for me to take some down. So that's what we're going to do now. So yeah, we've just taken one of those red lettuces and stocking topped it there. And we did get the Crimson Crush planted this morning and watered in. So they're all in there now as well, guys. So that's everything potted up more or less. We're nearly finished. There's just odds and sods. There's just one here. A courgette we're giving away tomorrow, and another. So there's two melons there. We're going to 30 litre pots or something like that a bit later on in the day. A bit later on, guys, as they make out a little bit. But for now, that's just where they're sitting. We have got our seeds under there with a cover over, trying to keep the moisture in there, so we can get those other lettuces to germinate. And that's pretty much it. I'll catch you in the shed. Right guys, hope you can see this alright. I've got the door wide open and I've got the fan on again. So I apologise for the background noise. It's now 4 o'clock. But I've literally just been pottering, doing little odds and sods. It was way too hot to really work. I assembled that little bench once the sun had came round and put me in a bit of shade behind that shed, which was latish on. We didn't do that first thing this morning. This morning we've just been going through the birds more than anything and checking them all over, see what I was keeping, what I was going to let go, etc. Dealing with a couple of requests, and yeah, got the little bench made up. We've got our little harvest to take home. I haven't killed myself, but I'm still melting. It must be 200 degrees out there or something. Maybe a little bit of an exaggeration. Right, also, if pigeons are your thing and you're really interested in coloured birds, if you'd be so good to pop over to my friend Coleridge Lofts and check out his videos. He's got some nice frill stencils over there and some nice barless, and he's looking for new subscribers if you might be interested. So if you wouldn't mind guys, if you could just pop over there and take a look, even if you don't subscribe, if you the visits, I'm sure you'd appreciate. So basically, I watched one of his videos last night, and he shows him hand feeding one of his barless birds. He's got them outside flying about, and he's got some really nice frill stencil birds that I wouldn't mind myself, but we live too far apart. But someone had managed to set him up with some frill stencils. So I'm pleased for him, because he was wanting some frill stencil birds. If that's something you might be interested, guys, pop over there. Just do a search for Coleridge Lofts and tell him Alan sent you over, if you do stop by. Right guys, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to have this cup of coffee and then I'm going to make my way down home. As always, thanks for your subscriptions, likes and comments. It really is appreciated. For now, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, be practical and keep yourselves out of harm's way. I'll see you again in the next video, and thanks for watching.